Let's talk Metal Gear Solid 5. Ground Zeroes edition this time. So, full disclosure, this is totally off the cuff. I was not planning on doing this. Some of you guys might remember that about a year and a half ago, I bought Metal Gear Solid 5 on the PS4 and decided to play it through again. And basically came to the conclusion that it was one of the worst games. One of the worst and the most disappointing games ever made. I streamed about 12 hours of that and got a good amount of people to come by the stream and air their grievances. And it's, sometimes they're praise for the game. Even I have some good things to say about that game. But, yeah, so basically today, this is unexpected. Today I was just kind of looking around the store and I saw that Ground Zeroes for PS4 was $4. So I was like, okay, I don't really ever want to give Konami another cent, but, it's fucking $4. And it just occurred to me that it'd be a nice way to cap off my Metal Gear Solid 5 replay and my thoughts on the series and really just this last game. And, I haven't played this since I played it on PS3. Now, just to kind of go over my history with the game, I played Ground Zeroes on PS3, fully expecting to play Metal Gear Solid 5 on my PS3. By the time that game came out, after many delays, I figured it would look a lot nicer on my PC. And, I basically was not playing my PS3 anymore. I don't think anybody was at that point. Even the PS4 had been out for a while. I hadn't bought a PS4 yet. So I got it on PC, and that's where I sank about, I'm guessing, I think it actually looked at the number, I think it was at least 350 hours, if not more, into the game. So I beat the hell out of that game until the day that I just kind of realized that it was shit, that I wasn't enjoying myself at all. And then I put it down, and then the more I thought about the game over the years, the more I just kind of couldn't believe that it had been released that way, and just that it was the way it was, and everything that happened with Kojima and Konami. And I just kept thinking about the game. I couldn't get it out of my brain, and eventually I bought it on the PS4 again. And that was a pretty eye-opening experience, because once I started going through the game without, that wide-eyed, pie-in-the-sky new player feel, once you kind of know everything that's coming around the corner, it's a way more disappointing experience. And while I went pretty hard at it, for, like I said, those first 12, maybe even 20 hours that I streamed, I eventually got to the point where I was like, oh my god, I don't know if I can fucking finish this game. And essentially, I only finished it about a month and a half ago. Well, maybe 2 months ago. But, it took me about a year, maybe a year and a half to complete the game. Actually, to be fair, I didn't complete it. I got to the last few missions, which were all repeats of earlier missions with a higher difficulty. And I was just like, I can't do this again. I can't do this. And, I was trying to kind of finish out some of the side ops. And, for months, I would just, log in, maybe do a side op, sometimes not even that. Just kind of slogging through it. I kind of just wanted I just wanted to be able to say I beat this game twice. But eventually I had to give up on the game because it's just too tedious. and even some of the technical aspects and gameplay aspects like haven't aged all that well, despite being really impressive at the time. But of course, that whole experience was preceded by Ground Zeroes, which is, I guess, a prelude, kind of like a pre-expansion of Metal Gear Solid 5, a prologue, something to tide you over. There's not, I wouldn't say in terms of story, because the story in this whole endeavor has been so weak and badly done. It doesn't really follow the story from Peace Walker very accurately either. So yeah, you're basically left with a game and a prologue which just don't feel very attached to anything and are overall very poor quality. But, you know, they were what they were, and they certainly sold a lot of copies and scored pretty high, if I remember correctly, at the time. I know Metal Gear Solid got some 10s, I think. And while I would like to say that the opinion has changed, to be honest, I have to say I think this game is largely forgotten, and people don't really talk about how it launched with, you know, effectively online DRM, microtransactions, which, you know, now we're decrying microtransactions in a single-player game, but that's exactly what Metal Gear Solid 5 is. Not so much Ground Zeroes, but certainly the main game. You know, tons of grinding. You want to talk about open world fatigue? It's got a pretty mediocre open world, a completely unfinished main story that literally just ends before any kind of conclusion, and it's been confirmed that the ending was in the works and just never made it to the game. So it's definitely an unfinished game, which never got corrected. Yeah, all sorts of stuff. So I just think it's an interesting experience, and, you know, as a Metal Gear fan, obviously I feel the hurt, the pain of the fact that the series ended like this. I'm not even going to count Metal Gear Survive. I just don't think that has anything to do with anything. Just a cash-in game, really, an asset flip for Konami to make some money. So yeah, this is the end of Metal Gear Solid, one of my favorite and most beloved game series, which I've come to reassess in recent years, and come to find out I don't love even most of the games as much as I used to think. And I really think that I would feel differently if this game had been even just a little bit better. But when it comes to Ground Zeroes on its own, you know, at the time it was, you know, the main game was getting delayed. We were all eager for a taste, and I think that we were okay with this kind of vertical slice. Sorry, I'm drinking a beer, so take a quick sip. You know, this is more than a demo, although a lot of people called it a glorified demo, and I think there's a case to be made for that. But it's definitely a solid, complete, and polished vertical slice of what became Metal Gear, 5. You know, it's not like it's some buggy mess that doesn't work or anything like that. It's a worthwhile game, certainly worth $4. I think even at the time, it was worth the $30, because there's a lot of repeat content to go back for. You know, one of the charms of Metal Gear has always been getting better at it, not just beating the game, but beating it faster, beating it without killing anybody, without getting spotted. So you go back and you replay these scenarios over and over again until you kind of feel like you are Snake, you know, legendary soldier, because you got so good at the game that you know, you're almost like a ninja moving through this world. But there was already some rot beginning to show, and I'm talking a lot about the direction that the cutscenes took with this like single shot, single camera, continuous, shot style that doesn't really add anything to the story. Some very bad writing that, just communicates no information to the player. There's a lot of grunting in this game. It's really bizarre. Especially considering that Metal Gear Solid's always been a very wordy, talky series. And in this game, everybody just kind of shut the fuck up. And, it's especially bizarre considering that they made such a big deal about replacing David Hayter as the voice actor for Snake, who had been doing the games, for like 20 years. And they replaced him with Kiefer Sutherland, who I think did a good job, but just doesn't have any fucking dialogue. So I don't even know why they had any voice actor to do this game. I think Snake has like 5 lines of dialogue. Obviously, even less here in the prologue. Also, the story delivery system of the cassette tapes, while somewhat charming here because it's again a limited scenario, they just carried right over into the main game, and it's a fucking nightmare in that game to constantly be putting on these tapes and listening to these fucking conversations as you're trying to go about the gameplay. It's like, sorry, is this important information or not? So yeah, a lot of things, but obviously at the time we didn't know it was going to turn out to be that bad. So we were all pretty excited. Gameplay-wise, there's not a lot of difference between this game and the full game. I think there's some minor UI tweaks and stuff like that, but otherwise it's basically the same game. Weapons are different, obviously, but it's essentially what you're going to get into in 5. So yeah, without further ado, I think we can get into this. Now I'm just going to play this off the cuff. Obviously, I'm going to look at my options and stuff like that. But all I really want to do is complete the main story here. I'm not going to do probably any of the side content or anything like that. Set to whether remember viewpoint type after aiming a weapon. Sure. The option screens in these games got really weird too. I never understood why. I would say overall that this game did improve on the gameplay from Metal Gear Solid 4. Obviously, it removes a lot of the rather silly additions that game had, where it just had just a bloated set of options. Let's do off. Sorry, guys, I never play with subtitles. Try. Let's do marker display, reticle display. Do I want the reticle on? Yes, I guess I do. Weapons, items, icons. Yeah, I would say that this game and you know the main game 5 definitely improved on Metal Gear Solid 4 overall. But at least that game, you know, was focused. Whereas this game has the problem that it has the open world stuff to worry about, and it just does not carry it out, I think, as much as we would like. So I'm just going to check some of it. I just want to see what's in here. Oh, okay, yeah, this is like that. So this is Peace Walker. Okay. No, let's just do it on normal. Oh, I have to do it on normal. And I must have gotten this actually right before I stopped using my PS3, because I remember that I didn't really do a lot of the side content even on PS3. Obviously, the Fox engine is amazing. I think it still holds up very well to this day. You know, I don't think anybody's going to say that Metal Gear Survive even is a bad-looking game, although I haven't seen it in action. But from the cutscenes, it looks like this game. So this game moves very well, looks very well. Graphically, definitely a revolutionary game. And, you know, probably, I guess, sound-wise... Actually, I can't think of much of the sound or music that really stands out in this game. Definitely graphically, I think it does add some considerable complexity to the stealth genre. Although, in the end, it does ultimately feel like, you know, a game of break the AI, just figure out the patterns, pile up the stunned guys, and get through the levels, you know.
Don't worry, I kept my word. She didn't suffer long. Here. You earned it. How's it feel to play the traitor? No more war games. You're a real man now, soldier. Give my regards to your boss when you get home.
Oh, remember when this villain seemed menacing? He's pretty badass here, but God, he sucked in the final game. And you know, this is all pretty cool. Obviously, it's showing off the fact that the camera is that this entire area is loaded, and the camera's about to move freely through it. So yeah, okay, you're showing off the Fox engine. But then, like, why does every single shot in this game have to be a single camera steady shot, you know? And it makes you feel, it's also like a very human point of view, where, you know, like you're bouncing with the taxi, even as the camera is like moving impossibly alongside and through the the Jeep.
Silence her before we're compromised.
But it's like bouncing with the Jeep.
Something else in mind.
You know, it's like, what are you going for exactly here?
Be a double agent. She's being held for interrogation at a camp on the southern tip of Cuba.
Black site. Nice. A slice of American pie.
Also, this is one of the better designed areas in the entirety of
The upcoming inspection of
what became Metal Gear Solid 5.
The timing's too perfect.
Because not every part of that game
My guess
is, you know, as intricate as this base is.
We're not even a nation.
It's mostly a bunch of little outposts.
And we'll have the whole world out to shut us down. Having an American private intelligence agency involved is bad news. Cypher's the ones who sent Haas to us in the first place.
She knows their true nature.
Right. Haas is our only link to Cypher. If she's still alive, we need her on our side.
Trojan horse is in.
This is still impressive, obviously, that this is all happening, you know, in engine, real time. Obviously very scripted, you know, and touched up compared to the rest of the game, but it still looks good. And right now, you know, there's that tonal shift. The music stopped. They're taking off. Snake's about to appear. That's always badass. But then, like, all of this is for nothing, because there's no story to this whole thing. It's just nonsense.
So who's the other target?
That would be Chico. He's being held in the same area as Haas. Last radio contact was 40 hours ago. Find them both. Bring them back alive. Enter the compound from the south cliff. Secure Chico and Paz, then report back from the rendezvous point. We'll send a chopper from across the Cuban border. You should be back at Mother Base in time for lunch. You'll probably just miss our guests. The only catch is you go in solo. The politically sensitive nature of the mission means backup is not an option.
Fine. I like some alone time now and then.
Like, this is some fucking Metal Gear Solid 2 shit, you know, where you're like, fuck yeah.
I'm in front of the prison camp.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit. and Paz are being held in an old unused part of the compound. Get inside and head northeast. This is an infiltration mission. You've got to stay out of sight. Before you go any further, use your binoculars to recon the area. What do you see? Press the call button to get more intel.
I forgot about the microphone part of it, and those raindrops kinda scared the shit out of me. Not gonna lie. Wait, where's the... Oh, there's... Cool. Have to get used to that.
XOF. If you ready your weapon while crawling, you can move horizontally left or right. If you do that holding the dash button, you'll move faster.
Nope, no, no.
Keep low. You can check the controls on the pause screen.
Oh yeah.
This is the transmission we intercepted. Chico's call for help.
Snake, it's Chico. I need your help. Cypher's holding me on a U.S. military base in Cuba.
Yeah.
Paz, it's here too. You're at the precinct area on the coast. There's some cages to the east of the big building. East an old, grassy facility. That's where we are. Help me, Snake.
Their lives are in your hands. Get Chico and Paz out of there.
Oh my god. I didn't remember there. Whoa, hello. I remember there being so many tapes.
To climb an obstacle, press the action button. Now head east to the old prison area. You can bring up the target's location on your iDroid.
Oh, you can't lay down in this one. Like, that, like, ultra stealthy move you can do in the main game.
Take a good look at the enemy through your binoculars, and you can mark him. Marked enemies can be sensed when nearby, even if there's a wall between you and them. But it only works if you stop and take the time to focus your attention. This helps you maintain situational awareness. Try it.
Thanks, Kaz. Even though I'm already doing it, no problem. And it's not like you talked too little in Peace Walker. But here we are. That's another thing that drives me kind of... Well, yeah, will do. Thanks. Kind of figured that part out. Nope. Didn't think I was close enough for that. Oh, hello.
You should move the bodies of enemies somewhere out of sight.
I guess I could take you out. I don't have to do a non-lethal playthrough. Definitely make this take a lot less long. I would hope. What? Who?
You can now either interrogate him, knock him out, or kill him. His life is in your hands.
Has been updated.
Yeah. Kill more snake. You enjoy the killing. Oh. Should have hit him at least once, right? Whoops. There it goes. That's what I thought. Oh wait. Which one is it? Oh, crap! It's the curse of playing too many games. What? Who?
Hey, you okay?
There you go. Is there not a way to throw? I guess you can't throw them in this one. Get them all? Where's this guy? Where does body go? Wait, no. What? Oh, weird. Didn't think it was way over here. Oh, damn it. I was just playing Red Dead. Okay. I got this. Oh, no, no.
That's the old prison area. The targets are there. Boss, we've been in touch with Amanda. We had her listen to Chico's call for help. She agrees with us. She said, I know my brother and I know when he's lying. She also had a message for you. I'm ready for the worst. Sounded a little too cheerful to me.
Hmm? Oh, dang it. I guess I can't throw the guys in this one. It's weird.
See those guys' unit patch? Yeah, box, facing right? That's it. No, it looked just like it. You've seen it before? Where? Can't remember. I know it had a fox in it, too. Where's your fucking head? God. I swear, the UI is so busy in these games that sometimes for all the information they're trying to give you, like,
it's just confusing to know what the hell you're looking at. Oh, that Hollywood voice acting.
Chico, it's me.
No! No! Go away! Go away!
Get me out of here, please.
Get off me! Get off!
Chico, keep it down.
Go away!
Right over here. Hey, you gotta let me out. You let me out, no. Stay here.
Get off me! Get off!
Chico, calm down. Calm down. Don't fight it.
Calm down, Chico. You're being just unreasonable enough to provide a moment of false tension.
I got Chico.
And Paz,
Not here.
are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Is Chico able to walk?
Hold on. Not gonna
Ugh.
happen.
That is pretty gnarly.
Okay, boss.
I gotta give the game that.
Call Chico over to the rendezvous point. We'll get Paz's whereabouts out of him once he's calmed down.
I feel like the main game never gets to the height of Ground Zeroes. I feel like Ground Zeroes is pretty a little more hardcore, like getting into like torture and stuff like that.
Chico there.
But yeah, I don't think the main game really touches any of that. Well, I
Once
didn't
you don't
think
end
you'd
up
be
heading first in the ocean.
that close.
The RV's just a little further. Great. You reach the RV. Put the target down.
Chico, where is Paz?
She's dead.
When was this recorded?
She's dead.
Okay, now use your iDroid to call the chopper for pickup.
Bus!
On your feet.
Okay.
Chico was taken out of his cage. Did he leave the tape recording while he was being moved? Paz might be up ahead. I hear vehicles. And a flag. Must be near the heliport. gate.
What the fuck? Damn glitch.
Chico left a tape on record while he was being moved. Try using what you hear to find Paz. If you're still not sure, listen to the tape again.
Oh, that's a weird glitch. Should I get all these guys? I guess I can get them. Right.
Please select a landing zone. Landing zone confirmed.
Roger that, chopper room. There's someone in there. What do you plan on doing?
It's like, this is all a lot faster than the final game. It's kind of like comedic.
This is Morpho, arriving shortly at LZ. This is Morpho, on station at LZ.
Take your fucking time.
Put the target on the chopper. Okay, target is in.
I guess I gotta put in more. That's a different chopper too. There's not more guys coming down here, are there? I guess I can save all these guys. Why not? I don't need to shoot out these lights. I was gonna waste the ammo just to be sure, but
That's fine if he has some intel, I guess.
oh, come on, Cos. Have a heart. I do think actually this game would have benefited a lot from more survival tactics, like the fact that you can just go back to Mother Base all the time. I'm talking about the final game. Ends up kind of taking away from it. I think you should be forced to stay on the field, because they do make kind of a lame attempt to make like the cost of the helicopter mean something to you, but it never, that's never like a significant cost where like you can't afford a pickup or anything like that. I think that would have been cool if you were like Man, I really want to go back to the base, but I like can't afford the ride. And I think like this mission would have been cool if you actually had to, you know, if they like gave the impression of you being here over like a couple of hours. So like you might have to scavenge some food, maybe kill a rat. That's what made me think of it, just seeing them scurrying around, but yeah, it just didn't add anything new, really. I guess it's a competent try. You know, Kojima's being coy before the game release and saying like, oh, it's not as good as GTA 5. Don't come with big expectations. Like, you know, and everybody, it worked, I guess, because everybody was just kind of like nice to him. And he didn't get any of the blame for the final state of that game.
A POW. That's fine if he has some
But
intel, I
the
guess.
fact of the matter is, like, I mean, it's not as good as GTA 5. It's not even in the same league. Like, it's hardly an open world game. Pretty much only in terms of, like, distances between objectives, you know. So, yeah, it's not... Oops.
Please select a landing zone. Landing zone confirmed.
Roger. Dispatching chopper.
And I think Metal Gear Solid 5 would have been okay if, in the end, you know, you had that last... I think there was going to be a last area in the game, which was Cyprus, which is where you start the game in the hospital. From what I can tell, that was going to be also the ending area of the game. Obviously, you don't really get to play as an open world area in that part of the game. Oh, that's cool. You can see the chopper pretty far off. But you know, instead you just kind of end up with these two areas that are kind of mediocre and don't ultimately have a whole lot to offer.
This is Marco. On station at LZ.
Whereas I think a third, even smaller one with just a little bit more variety in like geography and everything would have really capped off that game pretty well.
Target's inside. Is that it? He's coming too. Roger that. Okay, target is in.
Okay, let's go get pause. And actually, I need to go get a drink real quick.
Boss, that prisoner we rescued provided some intel. He says he knows the location of a unit patch. I don't know what he's talking about, but I've marked the location on your map anyway.
The map has been updated.
Still searching for Boss? Try interrogating some of the Marines. They must know something. Put the squeeze on them.
Thanks, Kaz. Always time for something to say, right? Here. Now this next part is a little more tricky. I've been pretty loose with the game so far, but now I actually have to kind of start trying. I know where she is, of course, but it doesn't actually make getting there any easier. Even though I have taken out a fair amount of guys. Just get in the fucking truck. What is taking so long?
That sound. A flag flaring. Next they headed for a place with a helicopter. The helipad. That matches Chico's tape. The surveillance camera.
I think I'm good, right? This is almost like a little bit like Yakuza, almost. Nope. No, you don't. Nope, no, 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 no. No! See? I knew it. I knew it. Oh. I don't have a silencer there either. Okay. What happened to this guy? Oh, whoops. Whoops! I guess we're doing this the old-fashioned way. Or not. Or just the wrong... Whoops! Hey! Snake! Aim your fucking gun, idiots!
It's too dangerous to try and contact the target. Wait for the enemy to stand down.
No. How about I do it now? How about now? Some sticky corners.
Contact the target later.
But there's nobody left. Come on, man. God, all because I couldn't fucking shoot that one guy in time. Oh. Why? Why can't I kill enough of them to make a dent? Oh.
Enemy down!
Fucking lame.
Way too exposed there. Find some cover and stick to it. That's the admin building.
What the
Watch your
hell?
corners.
Where am I? Oh, okay, so it just gave it to me. Alright. Well, I'll take it, I guess. Okay. No. What?
CP, this is Delta 4. We're under fire. Suppressed weapon. No shots heard. Over. This is CP. Understood. All units on alert. The enemy's hiding somewhere. Find them. Out. All fire teams, this is CP. We lost the security camp. There's no reason for it to be down. Whoever's closest, go check it out. All fire teams, this is CP. We lost the security camp. There's no reason for it to be down. Whoever's closest, go check it out. CP, this is Delta 1. All quiet here. No sign of the enemy. Standing down. Over. This is CP. Understood. All fire teams, return to your posts. Out.
Oh, that's right. There's the power thing there. Jesus. What? You didn't fucking see me from there, you fucking liar. Get out of here. Oh, it's this guy. Oh!
The drainage channel. You might be able to crawl in there.
But there's no noise. Son of a bitch is using a suppressor. Over. This is CP. Understood. All units on alert. The enemy...
Where's your head? Oh my god. It's like fucking Resident Evil 2 around here, man. Come on. Well, I did say it was harder.
All fire teams, this is CP. Our set of lights has gone out. Looks like a problem with the power supply. Whoever's closest, go check on the power system. Over. CP, this is Zulu 7. We'll investigate immediately. Out.
Well, not quite immediately. You know, like pretty soon. We'll get there. The idea was to thin these guys out so that on the way out there's not as many of them to deal with, but now it's like, yeah. What's this? Claymore? Shotgun? Of course your head is covered up behind the box. Of course it is. This game never runs out of ways to annoy you. God. Yeah, you know, this is what Metal Gear became. It's just like, hide the bodies. And that's really what all stealth games have become. I can't really think of many that really do much more than that. Dishonored was a disappointment to me. You know, not to excuse my bad play, but I almost think that these two games are built a little bit too much around like getting the perfect, like either just getting overpowered gear, which eventually you do in the Phantom Pain, or in this one just memorizing the best route, you know.
Boss, get Boss onto the helicopter.
God, there's a guy right there already. Like, I just came through here. Like, I cleared this whole fucking path up here, and there's already... Oh, God. At least give me a little something like, hey, boss, there's more guards headed your way. Nothing. Of course they split up. No, no, where? You didn't see me. You did not see me. Ugh. Yeah, this is definitely... certainly the last Metal Gear game I'm ever gonna play. Oh, I guess I could put her on that Jeep. Have I never noticed that Jeep before? Because this is pretty handy. I never noticed this before. Maybe every other time I blew it up or something. Alright, wait. Oh yeah, I'm trying to, actually.
Roger that chopper request. It's headed your way now.
See, there's all these guys! Like, I took the time to kill them all. But it didn't matter. Oh. Well, I think at least my time will be pretty good. Although I did die, so... it's not the best, not the best time. But yeah, I mean, what else is there to say about this this odyssey of conclusion to this great game series that just turned out to be a bust. You know. Oh. I wonder if he can get shot down. Guess we'll see. No, we're all good. Alright, now this cutscene is pretty good. Rank B? Hey, not bad. Not bad. Took an hour. Yeah, way too many kills. 21 kills. And one retrial. Oh, wow, this is blocked. Okay, well, fuck that. Fuck you, Konami. Alright, well, I'm just gonna end the stream here. But I'll see y'all later. Thanks for hanging out.